в окне опять застыл. Туман, как в фильме Silent Hill. Все тот же скучный, надоевший вид. Приходи ко мне слушать старые пластинки Divine Comedy Питера Габриэла и Стинга. Мир сошел с ума. Надоело все, что...
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on the preliminary stuff. Let's turn down the music a bit. We're vibing tonight. We're going to be working on the pretty much a prelim of the next major project, which is going to be Iron Hunter. Or however the fuck you pronounce this. I literally need to... I need to go back in there and get the pronunciation right. Ooh. Ugh. I went to stream earlier today, but I kind of got knocked on my ass. Because I got tired. Bother me if I don't do that. Okay. So, what is Iron Hunter about? Well, Iron Hunter is at its core a game about hunting monsters, except you're all communist peasants, and you have to deal with that fact. I wanted to get that Papers, Please vibe of the things, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. The idea that you are rapidly dwindling your resources. And every moment, every second, every time, those resources are getting slower and lower and lower. Because I think that'll be interesting. And, where is the correct? Look at there. Let's see if we can do this all in one. Nope. But this is what I have so far. Not exactly extensive, but that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's get to it. So our core system is going to be this. It's going to be a 2d6 system. Not exactly, 2d6 plus attribute system. Not exactly... groundbreaking, but it doesn't need to really be groundbreaking because we're going to be using the exterior mechanics for that. But our core is going to be this right here, and I'll probably have to yell at the Russians to see if they can't give me some ideas. But I just also like this music, so I'm kind of vibing to that right now as well. Why I enjoy this music, I don't know. Very odd. Okay, so... Actually, I know what we can do. Let's do Soviet... Let's start a new party program. Neither shall eat. One for all and all for one. Conscious one doesn't eat. Okay, Yeah, we'll keep this as a note, actually. I think that's a pretty good idea. So, what would be our attributes for these? So, the game I'm mostly going to be basing this off of, actually, is called Kamigakure. I already went over the game before, so I don't really need to go over it that deeply again. However, if we pull it up... Also, if I sound a little bit tired, it's because I am, because I woke up, because I set my alarm. I'm like, okay, this will be 10... I'll take a little 30-minute nap just to get ready. You know, I ate a little bit too much. So I'm like, all right, it'll be about 7:30 by the time I wake. You know, by the time my phone goes off. It didn't go off. Where's the fucking core book? There we go. Give me your attributes, Kamigakure. That's all I need. Give me our attributes. Where are my attributes? I always hate when they do this. Like, this is like the one thing that's really fucking annoying about Kamigakure, that it is fucking hard to find like any piece of information that you really need, because they hide everything under the characters. So it's like, okay, let's tell me what the attributes are. No, you're not going to do that? Cool. Because strength, agility, intelligence, will. Yeah, so... So we can stick with it being pretty simple. We can do strength, agility. We're not going to rely on luck. Luck isn't going to be a thing. Actually, we can call it like hardiness or something. If I really wanted to. What attributes are used in... Yeah, they removed POG a while ago, Ajax. What system is this based on? 2d6 plus attribute. Yeah, not exactly the most innovative system in the world, but right now, it's kind of one of those things where I need to find just a good idea. Also, thank you for gathers. You're not real, are you? You may be. Maybe. Not PBTA. What is this new game? Well, the new game is called Iron Hunter. The entire idea of Iron Hunter is that you, my friend, are a communist peasant on the commune, effectively. And you have been unfortunately selected to pretty much take up the mantle of the old hunters and beat back the darkness. Except the darkness is evil, vile, and probably wants to kill you. It's... The entire idea is that it was going to be Castlevania X Papers, Please. That idea of you have this communal idea of like we're all working together, but you are outmatched. You are completely out of your league. And that for good reason. And that's one of the main things. And kind of like, how do you deal with that situation? How do you fight the vampire when holy water is suddenly an off-limit thing? That's kind of... It's very much going to be more based off the idea than a... How do I word? More based off the idea than based off the mechanics, which Usually isn't how I like to do things, but oh god. So, yeah, also, if you notice my mouse being weird, I got a new mouse today, and it's different, therefore wrong. Because one of the big things, if we really wanted to, we can get real weird. Since we want characters, characters need to be easily replaceable. And since characters are going to be easily replaceable, we need to make sure that you have a good idea of what they're looking like. So maybe dual stat system? That could work. We're using dual stat, we can actually go to FFG. Oh yeah, let me see if I can remember. FFG stat line. Pretty sure I remember what they are. Well, I also have a very bad memory in that regard. You're gonna tell me what I need to know. You aren't. Awesome. Okay. Let me pull it up real fast. We want to go to science fiction RPGs. We need to go to Warhammer 40,000. We need to go to... I'll pop open Rogue Trader. I like Rogue Trader. Does Rogue Trader like me? Not really. Forgot how bulky that book is. So, open you up, actually. So yeah, welcome to here. All right. Why is everything so cringe? I don't know. Probably because you're looking at it to be cringe. If we use a tri-stat system, what we can do is have something like a... What would be the ideal person? Well, you have to have strength, obviously. Well, you have to have agility. So how strong you are, how fast you are. So if we're just dealing with how fast you are, speed would be how strong you are, how fast you are, how willfully you are. And then we have our substats, which would be something like weapon. Since characters need to be easily replaceable, do we either... That don't seem right. Never actually looked at Mothership either way. Been meaning to. People keep talking about it. Actually, let me check. What's that one game? Game with TV Mancy. I'm like game. Ah, God, what's that game? I can see it. Unknown Armies, that's it. Yeah, Mega Dungeons. Mega Dungeons fascinate me. Oh wish people would do more Mega Dungeon stuff, but it's not easy. I understand why. It is very much not easy. God. Hmm. Bring it down further. Body speed. Body speed, mind. We can actually take out soul. Let's see, actually, what would be Doctrine 7? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, okay. Body speed, mind, dogma. Then we'll have maybe like a 3-skill system. Or we can give these little characters, since we need characters to be a little bit more open. Actually, what we can do is we can play into the fact that you're part of the faceless masses. And if we want to play that into the faceless idea of the faceless masses, you get a very simple set of attributes. And what we can do is we can give them a quirk, maybe like a quirk. That's not, I don't think that's a correct word, really. Personality. Mega Dungeons, like, the big thing with Mega Dungeons is that you need to make sure that your players are completely in the idea of the Mega Dungeon. You need to look at that dungeon, look at that idea even, and just get ready for the sheer madness of it. Because those things are big. And to play it right, you need to kind of understand, like, the further you go down, the more cut off you get. You're limiting your resources. You're really cutting down on just the amount of options you have. It's also, if you can't read something else someone not made and figure out how to run it, usually the case, and if they're smart, they should have like a here's the rules. Honestly, just find that section or watch a video on it. Most of the like littler RPGs that make their ways in the circles can usually get a video or two about it on. I mean, hell, that's how I model the Curious Cases. Being like, this is how you play the game. Here's how you do things with it. What would be a good word? Unique. What would be a word for something unique about you? Because we want to get the idea. That's how we're going to be leveling up, I think. Because I think that's going to work pretty well if we do that. So, what we can do... So we're gonna have our basic attributes here, which are just going to be body speed, mind, dogma. Dogma's gonna be the weird one out there, and even that's mostly going to be about pretty much your ability to toe the party line, as well as bullshit your way through people. You are pretty much like, yeah, I am completely in the whole thing, what we're doing right now. And your ability to bullshit people on it. So, personality, idiosyncrasy. Mood or behaviors of one thought peculiar of another individual. Because if we want to get the idea, characteristic, I think would... Traits? We can be simple and go traits. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. What we'll do is replace it with traits, which are personalized to the character. Personalized to the character, representing, quote, them. So the idea is you are not going to be getting... Alright, see you later, brother. Okay, so your idea is that you're going to be using your basic attributes for all your roles. Your traits are going to be something more personal. So what do traits do? Traits are going to give you a bonus to your roles, obviously. So traits give a bonus. Actually, what we can do is traits double the attribute value for the role, if it is applicable. Actually, what we can do here is, so traits can take away the attribute. So actually, what we can do, no. So traits can be negative or positive. Negative or positive gain through play. Trait comes up. They can switch attributes, double the attribute, or if it's bad, remove the attribute. Just rely on the 2d6 check. So an attribute. So, for example, let's say our very simple attribute that we have, which is, we're going to need a list for this, by the way. Let's say our very basic attribute we have is something like fear is hatred of dogs. I'm going to get a bonus when shooting dogs. That's just something about me. And whether that's dogs or werewolves, entirely dependent. That's just something about my character. That's just who they are. He doesn't like dogs. However, if we build on that, let's say something, it's like, Orthodox Christian, or religiously orthodox. Religiously orthodox, bonus when dealing with members of the faith. Okay, actually that works. We can use traits pretty easily there. Because this is also going to be your main avenue. Main avenue of improvement is getting more traits. Your basic attributes aren't going to change. Whatever basic attributes going to be looking like. We need characters to be competent but not flawless. And if characters are competent but not flawless, 4 attributes, 2d6. Well, 2d6 check is automatically going to default at 7. That's going to be our base default. It's going to be at 7. And the usual 2d6 spread would be 5, 10. So we could probably do something like 4. Something like this. Kind of an odd, no. The average 2d6 spread. 2d6, actually, let's go to any dice. So 2d6, this would be our average, would probably... if we want to be cool about it, what we can do is 4 would be piss easy, 6 would be like a... Actually, what we can do is, this would be an easy check. This would just be an easy. 8 would be an average. 8, it's pretty average. Actually, what we can do... Kamagakuri, please, I need you. Let's get past all the fucking character creation bits. We have our spirit dice. We're going to be effectively using a spirit dice mechanic for it. That's why I'm actually referencing this so higher. So... Basic check. I always forget what the fucking basic checks are. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, we can do this. We'll do average plus 12 expert. And we'll do difficult 14, very difficult, and 16 hellish, 18 yeah, actually what we can do is very difficult. We'll do complicated. I'll put complicated, difficult, hellish. Let's see. We just want to keep it at hellish. Yeah, we can keep it at hellish. Because you need to roll a 12 and then add a 4 to it to pretty much succeed at it already. So we'll keep these as our basic skill checks, which is fine. We can make that work. So if we're using that, so okay, vaguely Soviet themed, competent but not good. So if we want the people to make an average of an 8, we're going to have to do 4 if we want the average roll to be 8, we need to make sure that average people can actually succeed at it. So what it would be is 2d6 plus, so if we default at 7, but we still want a set of risk to it, it would probably be like 2 to 4. 2 to 4 would be the average. So 3 times 4 would be 12. We want to probably 12 points distributed among 4. That would mean you'd have 3 points in each, but most likely you wouldn't want to do that, so that doesn't quite work. Tone it down to 10. 10 divided by 3 is 3 divided by 10 divided by 3 is 3.33. And if we do 3, it'd be 2d6 plus 3. Or we do a spread system. Do we want to do spreads? I'm feeling too confident on spreads. I usually don't like doing that. We want attributes to be higher, but we don't want them to be very high. So maybe do something around average out about 2. So if we want to average out about 2 with 4 attributes, that means we have 8. So if we go with 10, it would average out about 3. Actually, would it average out about 3? Yeah, would average out about 3. Actually, wait a second. Divided by 4, what am I doing? It'd be 2.5. Yeah, that 10 attribute points spread among it. 10-point spread. 10-point spread. Getting more is expensive. More is expensive. More is expensive and dangerous to get. Which we can actually play on this aspect a little bit more with this system over here. With pretty much the idea being like, there's going to come a point where you can't really improve yourself any further. Just because the party doesn't want you to. Being like, yeah, you're getting a little bit too tough. Like, stop that. Actually, what we can do is actually play on. So health is going. We can do maybe like a default health system. You know what? I have been debating on doing a different kind of health system. Let's do. Let's call it a 4-point health system. Actually,